big black cat is over at my house again. And I catch that thing over there, I'm gonna kill it.
Anybody else's ears hurt? From crazed hammer-wielding maniacs to elephants in the upstairs apartment, these are the worst neighbors from hell, with each one worse than the last. If there's one thing that really makes my blood boil, it's little brats acting tough. In 2023, Reddit user Peruvian23 uploaded some footage from his security camera showing some neighborhood kids acting utterly feral. Little rat thinks he's Jackie Chan.
Please, don't call the cops.
God, don't you want to slap them all? After this embarrassing display, they wander off, but that's still not the end of it. Of course, I don't care how young you are, spending your evening walking in circles and knocking over trash cans is lame as hell. Peruvian posted this footage to his neighborhood social media group, and the kids have apparently since been identified. Man, I'd give anything to see how they reacted when their moms found out. Priceless, I'm sure. Over in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on July 15, 2017, Jerome Kennedy noticed some strange noises coming from his attic. What was going on? Was it a ghost? He had no idea, but when he saw flashing lights emerging from his vents, he realized that the most likely and even scarier explanation was some kind of home invader. He immediately suspected his neighbor Robert Havrilla, as both of their homes shared an adjoining wall. Police arrived on scene and questioned Havrilla, who denied trespassing. With no evidence, the cops left without doing anything, but Jerome needed a solution. His 10-month-old daughter was in the house, so he decided to install security cameras up in his attic. Now, if anybody tried getting up there, he'd have video evidence. Just 2 days later, on the 17th, Kennedy checked his camera and was horrified. Yep, that's Havrilla, all right. Jerome watched in horror as his neighbor crawled through the attic, drilling holes through the ceiling so he could spy on the family. See, the creep had dismantled the wall separating the two attics and left behind a fake wall that he could remove. When the heck did he do it? How long had he been sneaking into the attic and watching Jerome's family sleep? Ugh. After watching the spine-chilling footage, Jerome called the cops back to the house and presented the evidence to them. There was no denying it this time, and Havrilla was arrested. Unfortunately, despite being found guilty of burglary, criminal trespassing, and stalking, he was only handed a suspended sentence, so the freak was sent straight back home to live next to his victims. Hardly a satisfying outcome, is it? But a creeper isn't the weirdest thing to have above your head. Back in 1705 in Edinburgh, Scotland, a fella named Adam Kerr was ticked off. See, he owned and operated a bakery, and his upstairs neighbor was ruining business. You're probably assuming they were playing the oboe too loud or something, right? Well, no. The copious amounts of water and dung leaking through the ceiling made it pretty tough to make bread, let alone sell it to anybody. What on earth was going up there? Turns out the upstairs neighbor, Abraham Seaver, had a rather unconventional pet. An elephant.
What?
That's right, back in those days it was perfectly legal to keep an elephant or any other exotic animal as a pet. Turns out Seaver had previously received permission from the Edinburgh Council to parade his elephant around town, but I don't think he had permission to keep it in his apartment. So Adam contacted the council himself and requested that they do something or else his bakery would wind up flooded with poop. We don't really know how they responded to this request. We do know that the elephant wound up in Dundee, where it passed away in a malnourished state. Man, seems like both Adam and the elephant got a raw deal out of this one. Booze can make a bad neighbor even worse. Just ask Bright and Friendly. CB&F is the Reddit account of a couple who live in Berkeley, California, and it chronicles their experiences with a serious neighbor from hell, one Tammy Bussey. I've got no idea what she's like when she's sober, if she ever is, but when she's drunk...
What are you doing? I know, she's hitting the building. You shouldn't be driving. You're drunk and you just hit the side of the... Oh my God!
Yeah, you go, Tammy. B&F called the cops, probably hoping it'd encourage the sloppy drunk out of the damn car. It didn't.
RUFC. F64.
Wow, what the hell, Tammy?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Get out of the car.
Stop, just stop. Stop driving.
Oh no. Oh, poor baby. They're making you nervous? You know what makes normal people nervous? Drunk drivers. Makes me nervous that you're probably gonna run some innocent old lady over because you think the world revolves around you.
Enough of your.
Wow, she just knocked that tree
I know,
over.
it's gonna die.
What did she just do? What happened?
She just backed up into a tree and she's hitting the building. Like, it's unreal. She lives underneath us. She lives in this building. She's drunk behind the wheel.
Okay.
Look
let
at
me
you.
confirm the license. Listen, the officers are already on the way there. Let me confirm the license plate. A Robert Union Sam 641.
No, F645.
Tammy, stop.
Okay. What's this lady's? What kind of car is she in? A gray
It's a
wagon?
gray Toyota.
And she's off. Away she whisks to endanger literally everybody around her. Scumbag. I've had neighbors like Tammy. They think the sun shines out of their ass and have zero consideration for how other people feel. Here she is, just straight up dumping trash on her neighbor's driveway. Why not use a trash can? Because Tammy Bussey of Berkeley, California shouldn't have to use a trash can. The world should be her trash can. Get on your knees and worship. She doesn't answer to anybody for anything, not even the police.
And everybody parks their car there. Everybody parks their car there. Don't touch me.
Then stay over here. Don't go at people
Don't
like you're
touch
gonna
me.
attack me.
Don't touch me. Don't be a menace then, you witch.
Do you not walk towards people like, hold on.
You
You're not free to
know,
leave.
you're
not free to leave, Tammy. Do me a favor. You're not free to leave.
do not touch me.
Don't hit. Put your hands right, Tammy. Why do you have to do this? I
Do
don't
not,
need you.
no, do not do that.
Tammy, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Okay, I cannot have this done to me. Let me go.
Actually, Tammy, you can have this done to you, and you deserve to have this done to you.
It's okay, just let's all talk.
I know they cannot do this to me.
I can. Yes, they
can.
You're just doing it because you're upset right now, but if you calm down.
I cannot believe this is not acceptable.
Okay, draw them one.
Goodbye, Sherry Bobbins. Thanks for everything.
So long, Superman!
From what I can gather, Tammy had a hissy fit here because people were coming around to take selfies in front of the property. Supposedly, the area was featured in an article of some kind. It's not important. What is important is that it was Tammy's excuse to enter what I like to call ag mode. Unfortunately, Tammy was probably sent home shortly after and continued her reign of terror. Come to think of it, the bright and friendly account hasn't been updated for around a year. Let's hope Tammy didn't run them over while out on one of her iconic drunk drives. Tammy's not the only crazy neighbor that's been chronicled. The YouTube channel Espo633 has shared many videos of a particularly nutso neighbor. Brace yourself.
Yourself and drop dead.
All right.
Yourself and drop dead.
Do you want a hot chocolate?
Yourself and drop dead.
Oh dear. This lady is seemingly completely and utterly delulu.
Yourself and drop dead. Yourself and drop dead. Close that door. Yourself and drop dead.
It's beautiful.
Yourself and drop dead. Close that door. Close that door. Yourself and drop dead. Yourself and drop dead. Close that.
Such a way with words. Man, you wouldn't have any peace at all living next to this piece of work, would you? Crazy Neighbor Lady, as she's dubbed, has become a bit of a cult hit with a small following desperate to see what hijinks she'll get into next. But there's one particular video that ascended and became a semi-viral sensation. Maybe take your headphones off for this one.
No!
Yes, take that ladder off my property.
It's not on your property.
Everybody, come outside. I'm telling them, take that ladder off my property. Come outside and tell them, take that ladder off my property. Don't threaten me. You know, yourself and drop dead.
Is that all you know how to say?
Understand that? Are you
Is that all you know how to say? Is that all you know how to say?
come over and see this? Look at them on my property. tell him to get off and he doesn't.
It's off your property. Look. Not on your property. Not on your property.
Take that woman off my video. Now for something less infuriating, in Warwickshire, England, way back in 2003, one Richard Jenkins was getting hassled. See, there was a pub just opposite his home, and drinkers would often stand out front and tease him from across the road. So he came up with a genius solution, trimming one of his hedges into the shape of a giant middle finger. Gold. It was all in good fun, of course, and it quickly became a joke for more than just them. For the next 18 years, the bush attracted all sorts of attention, with fans clamoring to take a photo themselves. But these days, it seems fun is illegal in Britain, so when the police allegedly received a single complaint from someone who found it offensive, they leapt into action. Richard was ordered to alter or cut down his prized bush, to which he refused. I don't know what happened to the bush in the end, but I hope it stayed put. I mean, come on, guys, it could have been way worse. Imagine if he did this instead. As we all know, the UK is a dystopian land of lawless misery. Just look at this elderly couple's nightmare. Ken and Diane Lott had been away from their Essex home attending a concert on the nearby Isle of Wight. When they returned home on February 9th, they came upon an atrocious scene. Their front door lock had a key glued inside it, and the letterbox was filled with poop. Cow poop, to be precise. Thankfully, the pair had CCTV footage of the incident and were able to spot this old lady, the poopy perpetrator. But amazingly, this wasn't the first time she'd struck. Yes, this was a prolific poopy perpetrator. You see, a year prior, their cars had been vandalized by the same woman. Paint stripper had been poured over the bodywork, black paint coated the windows, and construction foam had been pumped into the exhaust. It was so bad that both cars had to be written off entirely. So who is the nut job? No clue. I'm serious, the Lotts had never met the woman and had no idea why she was targeting them. Despite the culprit being caught on camera, the police have seemingly been unable to identify her, and as far as I'm aware, Dookie Lady is still at large. If you recognize this woman, let us know down in the comments below. And if you're in the UK, let the authorities know too. But we aren't leaving the land of Blighty just yet. Back in 1972, Max Jenkins bought a house in Bacton-on-Sea, right next to the ocean and with magnificent sea views. This was his dream home. Only there was one problem. There were no sea views. He was flabbergasted to arrive at his new property and find a bizarre wooden structure just outside his window, obscuring his view. Jenkins initially reasoned that it was probably a windbreaker and it shouldn't be a problem for him to just tear it down. He was wrong. See, the boards had been erected in 1915 by the next-door neighbor, and as the structure was technically on their land, Jenkins couldn't just get rid of it. Adding to his frustrations, the old bat who owned the house next door, Ethel Day, didn't even live there. That still denied his request to take down the boards. She blabbed on about a dinosaur of a law known as the Law of the Ancient Light. Essentially, it grants a resident the right to light and a view in a property that has enjoyed those things uninterrupted for 20 years. So because his house hadn't experienced light and a view since 1915, he had no right to invoke the law in his defense. It's a little confusing, sure, but all you need to know is that he couldn't do a darn thing. It seems that Ethel's dad erected the structure way back when to prevent anybody invoking the law if they decided to build on their land at a later date. And guess what? Shortly after, Day sold the land with planning permission for a new house there. But it was Max and his family who had the last laugh. When the new home was erected, the boards were taken down and the whole issue was finally resolved. The Jenkins family had a wonderful life, living long and well in Bacton-on-Sea, while Ethel popped her clogs in 1977, just a few years after selling up. Would it be in poor taste to make fun? In a Hollywood neighborhood back in 2024, a woman was walking her dog crossing the road when a speeding car almost rammed into her. Shocked and concerned, the lady approached the driver, a 20-year-old woman, to explain that she shouldn't be driving so fast in a residential area. I'm sure that went well, right?
Get off my property now!
And now you're
Get off my property now, John Karen!
Look.
Get off my I'm calling the police.
Call?
Maybe I will call the police. I have a gun, so if you stop my property, you're getting hurt.
Okay, alright, let's Let's just hit pause for a moment. This insufferable round-faced freak completely lost her damn mind the moment she got confronted. The sheer irony of her calling our protagonist a Karen is insane. And my god, how quickly did she jump to, I have a gun? Either she is seriously entitled or on some seriously illegal substances. Maybe both.
You were driving so fast you didn't even see my dog and me crossing the street.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, really? You know what? Maybe I should have hit you.
Holy mother of... What the hell is wrong with this nut job?
Why are you making a big deal? Are you really that mad that you're poor? Are you that mad that you're poor? Look at yourself. You look like a homeless.
Do you need medication?
Yeah, maybe I do. Get closer to my face, please.
Yeah.
Get closer to my face.
God, her face is so circular. It's like looking at a full moon.
I have to draw you.
Let me just... I think I perfectly captured her incredibly punchable head, eh?
What are you gonna get out of this?
You're gonna learn your lesson.
Oh, I'm gonna learn my lesson.
Yeah.
How? You're posted on TikTok. I'm gonna go viral, please.
You heard her, guys. Let's make sure as many people as possible have seen Round Face. Don't forget to share this video with your friends.
Because I'm a Karen. Let me see. Karen.
Yeah, she's crazy. I'm gonna have to restrain myself from showing you much more of this unreal encounter because it's a full 9 minutes long. Yes, I sat through 9 minutes of this hideous thing screeching swears and threatening violence while her mother pathetically attempts to control her crotch goblin. But I do just want to show you what happens near the end. See, the slug lookalike, who's apparently named Jasmine, finally gets convinced to get the hell inside, but not before admitting to what she was accused of.
What the is she gonna do about it? No. Since she's so mad about me driving so fast because I didn't see her dog, this homeless lady, I'm calling the cops. You're dumb.
Jasmine.
I honestly can't remember seeing a more viscerally unpleasant human being in my entire life. But hey, at least she's finally stopped.
Dumb. Go yourself. Get off of my property.
This is not your property.
Off of my property, you dumb.
Wow.
I don't think wow quite covers it. I couldn't find any follow-up on this incident, but we can only hope Ping Pong Ball Face had some serious consequences. Man, Jasmine, you cray-cray. Back in 2023, a Redditor named Ship Familiar uploaded some security camera footage from his yard. His neighbor across the road was having a party and the guests needed to pee. So what did the neighbor do? Send them inside to use the restroom? No, they didn't. Yep, they sent them over to pee directly on Ship's house. Unbelievable. Supposedly, our guy called the cops, but the pee goblin had already fled the scene. If you recognize the whiz bandit here, let me know down in the comments. In March of 2024, a YouTube channel named Bartender Kelly Marie uploaded an absolutely baffling clip. It shows her husband confronting a kooky neighbor who's trespassed on their property in California. Why? Well...
Excuse me. What are you doing in my yard with a gun?
Your black cat is over at my house again. And I catch that thing over there, I'm gonna kill it. And I know you don't care, so get out of my way.
I think you need to...
Oh, go yourself.
I think you need to not come onto my property again, ever.
I think you need to keep that cat out of my property.
Okay. Okay. So a cat keeps coming onto her porch, so she sneaks onto her neighbor's land with a weapon to blast it to bits. Unhinged behavior.
I catch that cat on my property again. You're gonna be sorry.
And with that, she vanishes, wandering off into the forest from whence she came. Kelly mentioned in the description that after the sheriffs were called, the woman's firearm was confiscated, thank God. But the really crazy part about all this is that it turned out she had the wrong damn cat. The one she was ready to turn into a red paste wasn't even Kelly's. So what? Would she have blown up the wrong cat without remorse? After a lengthy legal process, the cat hunter was deemed mentally incompetent and made to undergo a mental health diversion program. Hopefully that means no more felines will have to live in fear. At least nobody was hurt and nothing got broken, which is more than can be said for this next case. In 2021, Redditor Sunshine Daydream shared a couple of images to the Idiots in Cars subreddit showing off his neighbor's handiwork. Said neighbor was drunk driving and speeding through the neighborhood at 80 miles per hour. Yep, it went exactly how you'd think. He plowed directly into Sunshine's house, devastating it. And for the icing on top of this hellish cake, Lewis Hamilton over here didn't have insurance. Thankfully, Opie had good insurance for repairs, but it should have been the driver's responsibility. Oh, and just to add an extra sprinkle of annoyance, the guy did 0 jail time. Of course. Ever get the feeling you're being watched? TikTok user Funs and Fashion definitely did when she uploaded this video in 2024.
Am I losing my mind, or does it look like the neighbor has a camera in the owl that looks over my fence?
And she's not the only one to have these suspicions. I stumbled on this Reddit post shortly after. It's OP worried after spotting the same owl statue staring at them in the UK. The question is, are these people really being spied on by their neighbors with owl-themed cameras? Probably not. These owls are likely just in place to scare off birds. They're motion activated, so the pests will think the owl is real, which explains why they kept looking at the humans too. Boring? Sure. But I think I'd rather that than find out there's a black market for spy owls on the dark web. Does anybody remember the name of that one rapper from the 90s? MC something? Screwdriver? No. Nail? No.
And I got you on video that you're destroying my car.
Hammer! MC Hammer, that's who I was thinking of. But of course, this gorgeous gal isn't MC Hammer. No, it's Chatsworth woman Mary Lee Leong. The California native was caught on camera attacking her neighbor's car with 2 hammers.
Get the out of this neighborhood. You shit.
Yep. Cool, lady.
Oh, gotcha. She's trying to intimidate her neighbors to push them out of the area. But why?
Hi, I'm at 10408 Glade Avenue. Because my neighbor has 2 hammers in her goddamn hand and she's assaulting the car.
Right. Given that I just about made out a go back to Mexico from the lovely lady, it seems she's just a racist. Leong was later arrested and ordered to appear in court, though I can't seem to find any info on what became of her. Was she sentenced? I wish I knew. What I do know is that the owner of the smashed up car, one Eddie Perez, managed to raise over $13,000 to help repair his vehicle after the ordeal. Hey, at least that's something. Doesn't change who your neighbor is, though. While out delivering for DoorDash in Edmond, Oklahoma in 2021, someone spotted an interesting decoration on a neighborhood car. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but each word here confuses me more. Make sure it's my dog's barking and no one else's. Don't worry about when my kids are going back to school. My kids will play outside all they want. Who is in the wrong? Just what the heck has been going on here? Mind your own business? I don't know if that's even possible if you're using your own car as a canvas to air your dirty laundry. Who do you think is in the wrong here? I just can't tell. It's frustrating if your neighbor won't look after their front yard. It makes the whole neighborhood look ugly. But that doesn't mean you should go full-on nuclear. In 2013, Georgia man Marty Corbett was admittedly neglecting his lawn, and neighbor Philip Bennett wasn't happy. So he approached Corbett and outright threatened to end the man's life over the length of his grass. But that was just the beginning. Several days later, Bennett came lumbering over to Marty's house, banging on the door and demanding he come outside. Naturally, Marty ignored the nutjob and immediately called 911. While he was on the phone, though, Corbett left and returned with 2 canisters of gasoline. Uh-oh. He smashed the windows to the house and started to pour the gas in as Marty frantically ran to grab his 3-year-old daughter. Thankfully, they escaped just before Bennett set the whole thing ablaze. I'm serious, this guy burned down a man's house and nearly cooked both him and his child over some grass. Bennett was ultimately convinced to turn himself into police and charged with arson, aggravated assault, and cruelty to children. And these weren't his first charges either. Turns out Bennett had been in jail before on manslaughter charges. And while in jail, he chopped an inmate's nose off with a shovel. This is one messed up guy. I'm just glad that Marty and his kid got away from the lunatic without getting hurt. August 2023, an influencer named Tiffany Mirage uploaded a video that seemed to show her neighbor cutting down her fence. She claimed that the neighbor, who she dubbed Karen, had threatened contractors and caused chaos in the neighborhood. But in the clip, Karen had told Mirage to get off of her property, not the other way around. Well, the video went viral and the fence lady drama was born. The internet was set ablaze with a huge swath of people backing Mirage and demonizing the fence lady. But you're probably wondering why I haven't shown any of the footage from Mirage's video, eh? Well, that's because she removed it and nuked her own account before rebranding entirely. Why? Because Fence Lady responded and dropped a flaming truth bomb on the whole thing.
I gave this notice to Tiffany's mother on April 29th. They still refused to remove the fence from my property and threatened to take me to court. Then, as you saw, we tried to cut the fence ourselves. After their videos, they finally removed the fence from my property to our property line.
So the whole time it was actually Tiffany and her family that were in the wrong. What a scheming bunch of saddos. Just goes to show that you can't believe everything you hear online. But sometimes the truth can seem just as unbelievable. In 2020, over in the British city of Birmingham, Debbie Waring-Jones was going away to visit her partner and needed someone to feed her cats. She turned to her neighbors, William Nolan and his wife, to help her out. She'd known them well for 30 years, so she knew she could trust them. Or could she? See, shortly after returning home while eating dinner with her partner, she discovered a strange black box taped to the underside of the table. After examining it, it was clear it could only be one thing: some kind of recording device. How long had it been there? I can't imagine the fear she must have felt. In a panic, the pair began searching the rest of the house and were horrified to find a second recorder stuck behind the headboard of her bed. After taking a moment to calm down, Debbie and her partner came up with a plan. They knew that whoever had placed the devices would need to collect them to listen to the recordings, so the couple placed hidden cameras in the house to catch the perpetrators when they did. Then the following week, Debbie went to see her partner as usual. When she returned with him, they checked the cameras and had their man red-handed. I'm sure you already guessed, but it was her neighbor, William. What a creep. The person she'd trusted with a key to her home had destroyed its sanctity, and after 30 years of friendship, too. William was arrested by police and charged with a stalking offense. And what earth-shattering punishment did he receive? What was his comeuppance for single-handedly destroying a woman's sense of safety? 15 weeks in jail and a 300-pound fine. Yeah, that'll teach him. I hope his wife left him at least. And on that note, I've had about as much as I can take of these neighbors from hell for one day. Do you have any crazy neighbor stories of your own? Let me know down in the comments below and they might feature in a part 2. Thanks for watching.